Manchester United face West Ham at the London Stadium on Tuesday night. This is going to be a pre-match preview where we're talking predicted team tactics, team news. And listen, it's quite a quick turnaround for Manchester United, but ultimately I think Manchester United will be able to get the job done. And after 4 wins out of 4 under Michael Carrick, 2 clean sheets in those 4 games, it'd be silly for me to think that Manchester United are going to lose this game. We could see haircuts being happening after this game. I'm very, very excited for the game. And let's get into the preview now. Manchester United going into the game, as I said, they're one of the most informed teams in the league. 4 wins out of 4, 2 clean sheets, goals galore. United are playing some great football, confident, aggressive. And I think this team has looked very, very good at the moment. And as I said, it'd be silly to think for Manchester United to potentially lose this game. Now, as I said, team news, I expect everyone to be available except from Delete. I think he's the only player that we have absent. Oh, and Mason Mount at the moment. I think it'd be the same squad. And I think there could potentially be changes in this game just based on the fact there is quite a quick turnaround. Um, Saturday to Tuesday, yeah, it's not a turnaround that United have had in a while. Obviously, after then we do have I think 10 or 12 days off. I think it's 12 days off before our next game against Everton. So, listen, I don't know what happened with the team, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Now, West Ham, as I said, they go into this game not in a great bit of form. They beat Burnley, to be fair, on Saturday 2-0. But their home form isn't great. They've played 12, won 3, drawn 1, and lost 8 at home. I think their last win at home was in January, or their last loss at home, sorry, was in January, so they have got a bit of decent form there. But listen, come on, man. United should be able to get the job done against West Ham. I know we drew with them at Old Trafford, but United are a totally different team since then. If you look at some of their last 5 results, only one loss, and that was the game against Chelsea, which I thought they actually played very well in and were unlucky in, like, to lose or to not get something out of the game, I'd say. They lost, as I said, loss at home was in January against Forest, but they're a team there for the taking, man. Like they're literally in the relegation battle right now. Like it'd be weird if United, it'd be typical United to be fair, to beat City, Arsenal, Fulham, Spurs, and then get something bad out of this West Ham game. But listen, I'm confident going into the game. I'll give you my score prediction later, but Manchester United, the way in which we're playing, we're using quality. We dominate the game against Spurs, like absolutely cooked them. We controlled the game from minute 1 to minute 90. Yes, there were spells in there for Spurs, but it was such a good performance, and every single player in that game put in a shift. So yeah, listen, this is my team that I'd go for. I'd keep the same team. There's no reason to make any change. I mean, if you do want to argue for Mazraoui, I think that's the one that everyone's kind of looking at right now, then I can see that. But Delo got an assist. I thought he played very well, and I think he's someone who's under the radar for his performances. He's someone who, if you look at his shape, if you look at his position, sorry, in possession, he's tucking in very, very narrowly. But then at times, Shaw would top, but they make it to that back three, and then Delo would go on, and that's kind of where the goal came from. I think Delo has been just the fact that we're not talking about Delo is in a bad way is probably a positive as well. And we're not really mentioning him making mistakes or anything. He's just going about the game. I thought defensively that back four has looked so solid under Carrick. There's cohesion. Lamont's barely had anything to do against Spurs, man. I don't remember him really have to make a save other than that kind of snapshot from Gallagher. That's really about it. So he's looked very, very good as a keeper. He's looked composed, 4 clean sheets. United have only lost 2 games out of I think it's 18 with Lamont in goals. And yeah, Shaw's looked good. Another start for him. Another could have had a goal. Look at the midfield. Casemiro and Mainu dictate and play. I don't see a reason why you change that. Potentially, if Casemiro can't deal with this layover, but I think that'd be something positive to kind of go against and utilize. I think Bruno in the 10 has looked very, very comfortable this season. Again, another goal against Spurs. Look calm, composed, collected. Cunha looking brilliant. Ahmad on the right and Boomer through the middle. I don't know why he changed that. I mean, every single player's looked very good in that position. Ahmad had a good game against Spurs. Obviously, had a goal that was offside. Cunha looked good. Bruno looked good, and Boomer. We looked very fluid as a team, and I think that would be the best team right now for Manchester United on paper to go with. It's using quality, we're scoring goals, we're creating chances, we're putting crosses into the box, we're defending well. It's intense pressure from United, we're dictating play, and we're taking games to team, and that's what I want to see United do in the game against West Ham. I'm looking forward to United games and excited to United games rather than dreading watching the team. And that is all down to Michael Carrick. Now, you look at sort of West Ham, they're playing 4-4-1-1. They've obviously brought in a few new signings. They've got dangerous players, though. Somerville, dangerous player. Mateus Fernandes, someone who can just get that little bit of quality. They've got decent defenders. Obviously, we know Wan-Bissaka, Diouf's a decent left back. Bowen as well. He's caused United problems over the years. But you look at that team there. Shaw against Bowen. Again, I think that's a good battle. Somerville versus Dallo. Decent battle as well. So listen, it's going to be a decent game for United, I hope. I hope we can get the win. Again, it just exert pressure on other teams. Listen, Villa, they play, in terms of Villa, they play against Brighton at home. Not an easy game. And if United win their game, Brighton lose their game, or Villa lose their game, they'd be on the same points as Villa. So it's all about getting the points, and it's all about seeing the momentum that Manchester United can have going into this game. But as I said, West Ham, they don't really dominate too much possession. They're a team who, in terms of goals concede per match, they're definitely right down at the bottom of the league. They concede 1.9 goals, so around 2 goals per game this season. Only Burnley concede more. And then in terms of clean sheets, not many clean sheets at all in the league. 2 clean sheets, which again is not great. So yeah, listen, they're not a great team if we're being honest. They're struggling, but now it's down to United where we expected to have a lot of possession. It's down to United to create chances and get the goals and get the win. These are the sort of games that United have been slipped up against in recent years and in recent months. Really, we know we can beat a City or an Arsenal or a Liverpool. It's these sorts of games that I always fear. So yeah, listen, I'm excited for the game. That is my team. In terms of result, I think United are gonna win. I'm gonna back United to get another clean sheet. I don't know if that's silly of me, but I'm gonna go 3-0. I don't like United have been class in the past few games. The momentum is a huge word that we're on. In terms of goals scored by West Ham, they are down there in 14th with 1.2 goals per game. So listen, I think it'd be good to get a clean sheet, a bit of confidence back into this squad, which we know is already there. Momentum's there. Bruno's chasing records. Ahmad's looking good, and Burma's looking to get 10, 15, or 15, 20 goals this season. I think as a team, there's just been that real unit there, and we've dominated against Spurs. The performances have been very convincing. And yes, West Ham is a tricky place to go, but I think with the players that we have and the performances that we've been putting in, it'd be silly to predict the Manchester United loss. So yeah, I'm going to predict Manchester United to win 3-0. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But come on, man. It's been great watching Manchester United. Our in-possession structure, the way in which we're just dismantling teams. There's exciting football. We're creating chances. We're scoring goals. There's a real buzz and feel-good factor around United right now. And long may that continue, man. Hopefully we can keep that up. And yeah, Carrick has been at the centre of that, and he's a manager who I just love the way in which what he's done with his team, and every single player's put in a shift and the changing. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna go for a 3-0. That's my team there: Lamons, Shaw, Martinez, Maguire, Dallo, Casemiro, Moreno, Fernandes, Cunha, Ahmad, and Burmo. You could go with SESKO for more of that physical presence, but I think you can't change that team, man. It's looked so good recently.